All right, so I want to go over making a section taller, shorter, changing the heights of the drawers, adding in closet rods, basically all little modifications that you might do to the section. Luckily, we can actually change everything on the fly, so you could do this in front of a customer once you get comfortable. But let's take a 87-inch, 4 shelf, 5 drawer, and we're going to turn this into a 96. Now, there's already one of these 96s in there. You don't have to do it like this, but on the fly, if you just wanted to bring everything up to 96, this is what's going to happen. So the fixed shelf stays the same, the drawer sizes stay the same. That's amazing. What isn't exactly what we want though is we want another shelf in this section. Now, designing in front of a customer, who cares? We can move on. But if we want it to be accurate for our drawings, we want to go into the interior tab. Usually it's that top shelf we can delete first. And then we will click on the opening, multi-split, 5 sections for adjustable shelf, and that will bring in 4 shelves. And about 10 inches in between is what we're looking for here. All right, so super easy. Now let's say if we were, also designing and we realize, well, we don't really need that big of a drawer. We actually need a bunch of smaller drawers, or like all 7s. I'm in the face tab. Click right in the middle of these drawers. We can drag these down right on the line. And now they're all 7.5, which we're calling 7s. Now, if you wanted to add this to your library, definitely could. You could go into here, and I would just denote the nominal heights of the drawers or faces, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. And then we could hit the Save to Library button. Now, we can also make this shorter without any problems. So, I could type in the number here, or we can say height OK. Just don't want to save it with height OK, because if you do, it'll pop back out based on your room settings, and you don't want that. So we made it shorter, and it messed up the adjustable shelves, but not really a big deal. The important thing is that all our drawer stacks are exactly like we want them. Now, if you wanted to do an opening down below, you could simply make this open, go to Parts to Build, uncheck your bottom and front toe. Now we have an open section. This is not extremely common, but that's how you would create something like this. And then, of course, if we want to add doors are the easiest thing we can possibly add. We just click on the Face tab, click up here, and we can just click on the type and say pair. Okay. That's also going to add in our shelf holes because in the Face tab we have frameless selected. Now, really the only piece that we're missing here is if you want to start a section from scratch, the best thing you can do is start with a previously made section. Let's say right here. And we'll go into the Face tab. We'll just clear the whole thing. Okay. This one doesn't have a toe, so I'm going to go to Parts to Build and bring the toe back in the bottom. The most important thing here is when you split the face, you have to drag on this middle line. If you don't do that, your 32mm spacing will not be activated. And typically this is going to read 37 and change here if you want to be the same height across the sections. This section is a high section on purpose so that you can get more drawer space in there. And then from there, you're going to take that top door that we usually don't want, especially on a 14-inch section. We're just going to say open. And then we can start to, one at a time, divide our drawers, dragging on the line between each one. Even at the top, we want to drag on it. Okay. And then we would left click on each of these and turn them into drawers. Drawer. drawer, and drawer. Okay, and then we go to the interior tab. You have to place a fixed shelf. So we'll place a fixed shelf. And then you can do a closet right up here. You can do, depending on the height, if you can fit another adjustable shelf up top, go for it. Keep in mind that all the adjustable shelves have either a Q-peg or K-line, so they are adding structure, just like a fixed shelf. Not as much structure, but they're still adding it. All right, and then from there, you could change the name and save it back to your library. This is a nothing section, but it shows you everything you need to know about creating new sections. And the whole reason we're doing it like this is because of the 32mm system. So there are nominal heights for these drawer fronts. It's all on purpose, especially if you get into ordering out your drawer fronts, maybe 5-piece laminate fronts. They're all going to work within these door sizes. And you really want to keep yourself to these. Unless you get super custom and custom line bore, and you can turn off the modular heights and go from there. But that's a different video series and kind of out of the scope of this like the basic library, just making money with closets.